Here. Oh. Someone say something? I'm way too fast. Someone say something in here, please?
Yeah, what's
Sorry.
up?
Okay, we're good. Alright.
It should work. That should be going live. You're not muted in OBS. Everything looks fine.
Okay, we're good. Um, I think. Good. Um,
Oh, Muffins is here. Draft is canceled. Sorry.
oh, canceled? Oh,
Yeah.
I guess I'll close the stream.
All right, let's all go to sleep. Great job, boys.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
HFFO, you ready to take it from there?
Yeah. We're doing the S68 SMJHL entry draft. People in this draft are part of the illustrious S69 SHL entry draft, a coveted title by some. Many predicted it would be a very studded and exciting draft. Whether or not it's lived up to the hype it's been set is up to you, but there are certainly some interesting new gens and recreates available in this draft. Um, and I think the juniors in general is looking at a bit of a shift in the top dog, as they're now seeing a long time power contender.
Sorry. Oh, wrong button. Continue.
Yeah, so we're
Oh,
now
so
just
sorry.
waiting for the first pick to be prepared. With the Newfoundland Berserkers on the clock, Patty will be making his selection at first overall.
My apologies.
Oh, I need to get it.
What?
Uh, did, yeah. I'm
Uh,
you.
back.
Yeah, you lost the frame there, eh?
It kind of just.
Uh, yeah, makes sense, but why?
I don't.
I fucked it up, obviously, but how? That's the question. Can you double click on that source real quick? The base frame, yeah.
Thanks for the dynamite drop in, Rich. I am in fact terrible. So get it right.
Um, frame one dot. Can you just browse it again?
Oh,
What?
the power contender was the
This?
Newfoundland Berserkers,
Yeah, browse
who
it.
now have the first overall selection. A bit of a changing of the guard, as they've been not quite up to the
Oh, I put
level they
the
were
no.
during
Cancel that.
Champions
Cancel that.
contender.
Sorry.
Sorry, HFFO. We're scrambling here.
It's
I
okay.
I did something dumb as usual.
I guess I'll have to do my bit where I just roast people in the chat for a bit.
Yeah.
Rich, you're rich in the SHL, so you should redistribute the wealth, you greedy bastard. Roasted. Uh,
Fuck.
Rashford, you were a better defenseman than forward, and that's not saying much because you were a bad defenseman. Roasted. Dusty Wilson, you're Dusty. Roasted. Uh, Cameron Gibson, your name's Cameron, so you've had enough. Uh, Brent's Hockey Network, you're the least known media network about hockey in the world.
Um,
Me Cool, you're only moderately cool.
yep, that's what it means. Holt, can you just refresh that source again?
What, like,
The
or
no,
maybe
the
this?
yeah, here browse
Oh,
and then
oh,
why is it? Yeah, maybe that. No. Oh, yeah, higher, higher. Okay,
higher?
get
Are you
that.
sure?
No. What?
Not appearing.
What the fuck?
Rugsy, you're very roastable. I just kind of feel bad, so I don't want to hit you while you're down.
Oh, I see what.
There you go. Okay, cool. Once we get this, do we have the pick in the sheet? No, we don't, because I told Eric the wrong thing. I need to get into
Okay.
GM chat.
Okay.
Someone get me into GM chat.
You're
Where's
not.
ACAP?
Oh, you left. Right. Let me invite you. Oh, disabled.
Yeah,
Um.
they disabled it when I left because I reinvited myself just to mess with people. And all right, there we go. I'm in there. That's
Welcome
gonna be
back.
great. Oh no, I don't have time for this. Where are the pics? Okay, there are the pics. Oh my god.
Yep, they're picking.
I need
right.
I need to mute that channel. I don't have time for this. Okay, so now I'm able to go move stuff around here. Cool, 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 cool,
All right.
cool, cool. I get you. I got it. Coming together now. Again, a great success by Jert with the stream.
Don't, you're good. Don't worry. You're awesome.
Let's not go too far. You're here and doing stuff.
That's factual. Not lying.
Copy here, paste. And we'll have the first pick ready. Just oh, what the hell? Here. So I can just copy that and there we go. Good job, Jert.
Let's go.
Deserve a cookie. Right. So we should see the oh yeah, resize that. It should change soon. Maybe when you transition, it's gonna change.
There it is.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, you need to resize that. No, Alt.
There it
is. Incredible.
Okay,
and the first pick of the draft
going to
is now ready to be announced.
Have it announced?
Yeah, the Newfoundland Berserkers will be selecting with the first overall selection Antoine Beauregard, the user Count Chocula recreate. I believe he is a defenseman, if I'm not mistaken. He's also a longtime member of the Newfoundland locker room. Constantly goes there to flirt with Lime and just kind of make Monk jealous. But he fits the culture. He's someone they know and really love having in their room. Um, they're big fans of Chalk, and he's definitely going to be a max earner in the SMJHL during his career. And they're excited to bring him in and have that that. Why does his position not show? That's whack. But anyways,
maybe that's my fault. I'll fix it.
it's possible. It's okay. But yeah, they're excited to bring him in. He's got an offensive skill set. It looks like coming in. Faceoffs are a bit weak, but I don't think he'll be taking any. And I'm sure Patty's thrilled to bring in Chalk on another player and have him back in that Newfoundland uniform. They will have us next on the clock. It will be the Carolina Kraken. 7 will be making his selection at second overall. Just be waiting on that.
No, we're not. We just okay. I only have one monitor. I want to kill myself again, like every other draft.
Oh, there's the position. Got it.
Okay.
I put it.
Sources.
All right.
Yeah, that's fine. It's usually we do like a bit of a zoom and then just move it as we go through the rounds, but
They can't.
They can see it. They can see it.
Oh, you can't?
It's
See
full on
this.
the YouTube stream. Yeah.
Yeah.
This.
Yeah, that's what they're seeing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about this right here.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Okay, we're
This
As long as
for
you
a
change
second.
the logo. The logo change might be good too.
it's
What's this
supposed to be coming.
Uh,
Sometimes
maybe
it's
it'll-
gonna update just when you transition, so we just have to take
Yeah.
a guess at OBS working and not messing things up.
Whatever the
Yep, with the second pick of the draft, great
Yeah.
pick by 7.
The Carolina Kraken are selecting the user whose name was paid a lot of money for, the bastard son of Sarah Wagner and Sven
Ugh.
Svensson. It will be Johnny Wagner Svensson, the user Agent Smith 630. Anyone who's ever talked to Smith knows he's just a fantastic guy. He's
Awesome.
super friendly, does a lot for the league. I don't know if he still does the simming, but he did the simming for a long time.
The boss for simming.
Boss,
Very good boss. For Jason,
boss
at least.
Zimmerman. He also helped build that San Francisco Pride team. Stepped down about I think 4 seasons ago. But just a great user, great pick for 7. Great guy you want in your locker room. Uh, a wonderful person. They've got to be thrilled with this pick, and he's got the bloodline to match the talent and personality of the user. So you gotta be wondering where the career of Agent Smith 630 is going to be going with this player here.
Yep. Love Agent Smith. Great guy all around. Always very helpful. And gotta switch back to the draft board so we can start working on the next pick.
And next up will be Great Falls Grizzlies making their selection. They had a longtime GM who was pretty good, and he stepped down, so the new guy will be taking charge. I think it's Chevy, right?
Chevy's been there for a while.
Yeah, he's been wow.
Well, maybe I'm just wrong then. How about that?
That can always happen. Chevy's been there
sometimes.
for a little. Yeah, Chevy
Yeah,
started. Chevy started
Yeah.
that team with Flu, and then Flu moved to Anaheim to destroy Anaheim and make them Yukon.
That was very big. It was controversy.
And so third pick is ready to be announced. HFFO, will you do the honors?
Third selection, the Great Falls Grizzlies will be selecting Tiberius Kane, the user Premier Bromanov. He was fighting in the Tiberium Wars. Took a bit of a break to showcase his talents in the SNJHL and potentially continue his hockey career in the SHL moving forward. You got to know he's a true warrior, someone who plays with his heart in his sleeve. Bromanov's he was the Tampa Bay GM for a while, stepped down, had a player for a little bit, but told everyone he was just waiting for this draft. So you got to know he's excited and motivated to have this player going forward. An offensive left winger. You gotta love seeing what's going to happen with Bromanov's player here. And that will have the Kelowna Knights on the clock with pick 4.
You need to transition back to the board
right.
faster, though, so I can make the next draft card. But that's all right.
Sorry, I
If
wasn't.
the draft takes too long, it's Holt's fault, and just blame him.
Hey. It's actually HFFO's fault.
I am infallible.
Yeah, that's what one of the F in HFFO stands for. No?
Ooh.
Failable?
Ooh.
Oh my god, what's happening there?
I don't know.
Oh, that's not good. Okay, let me try again. I think I fucked something up. Let me just... Probably my fault.
What is the first name, last name?
Oh yeah, because the name is no, because yeah, that's it. It's all right now. Because the name is too short, so it's only gonna show on one line.
Oh, I see. I see.
That's why. Okay, there we go. Everything is fine. Everything is working as intended.
Oh, good. How stressed you were for the SHL draft?
And I was also doing the part I'm doing right now.
So, yeah, you were insane.
All right, well, let's announce that.
Yeah, on the clock, the Kelowna Knights at pick 4. Artie will be selecting Peter Vrana, the user Randomino. I don't know if I butchered that. You're right here though, so
You definitely
hopefully,
butchered it.
your name's Eric, so suck it.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, I hope you're excited to go to Kelowna with Artie. Artie's a great guy. I think it's you're gonna have a great time there. He's generally he when he hits on his picks, he really likes the players. They tend to be a great active user for the league and great people to talk to. You'll be joining. I think his co-GM is Jacques Emer, the user Hammer. So that'll be a pretty great spot to be. And
you butchered that one too, but that's okay.
Sure, okay, you wouldn't understand. I'm speaking real French, not Quebec French. But yeah, if you're going to Kelowna as a winger, maybe you'll win the award named after my player, and hopefully you'll like it there.
Well, let's hope so. I'm excited.
It says he's a left winger.
Yeah, I am a left winger. I'm definitely not a first gen. I'm not a first gen, but that's okay. You guys tried.
Your bank's small enough to be a first gen, probably.
Wow.
Oh, if that's what it's based off, that's depressing.
I don't think so. I forgot what change.
What?
I can check what that.
All right, but pick 5, we do have the Anchorage boats are on the clock coming up.
Oh, yeah. I think everyone's gonna show as a first gen because I fucked up.
Oh, it's alright. Don't worry.
We could just delete that.
I
area,
can just
right.
Yeah, just remove that layer of the thing. We're not gonna tell anyone. It's gonna be a surprise.
There are no gens now.
Everyone's they're all S69, and that's all that matters. We said the boats next.
The boats are up next.
Boats, boats, boats. That should be ready to.
Okay. Talking, Eric?
I'm not. Can you hear my keyboard?
Oh yeah, your thing was highlighting. My bad.
All right, you can announce that. And there's also something wrong with the strengths and weaknesses, I guess, but I don't care.
Yeah, with the 5th overall selection, the Anchorage Armada will be selecting Oscar Scholes, the user Carlson's. He had a long time defenseman that played, I think it was like 20, maybe 18 seasons, something like that. Very long career, coming back from a bit of a break, and looking to have fun with his new player, going 5th overall to the Boats and Ragnar. I think he played. I think he did a winger this time, but maybe I'm just shooting off the cuff. Oh, it is a left winger. Yeah. Uh, you know, he's gonna be developing his offensive and defensive side on the J on the Anchorage Armada. They've turned out a lot of good players in the past couple drafts, and it's a good spot to look at as he develops in the future. But that will lead the 6th overall selection to the Colorado Raptors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Colorado Raptors.
And I'm gonna butcher this name when it comes up.
Colorado Raptors, who just lost their GM of How long has it been since Jumbo was there? Close to 10 seasons, if not a bit more. But now Rugsy took over, and with Jay, he made that pick. Probably Jay should have been involved. He's the co-GM now. Very proud of you, Jay.
Very nice.
And the pick is ready to be announced.
With the 6th overall selection, the Colorado Jurassic Parks are selecting Patricia Ozarova, the user MySpace. MySpace might be a little outdated, but this user is not coming in just outside the top 5 at 6th overall. Going to Colorado, a team that's had maybe no champions chips of late, but some decent success, and they've been a factory for pumping out some good SHL prospects. So the center Patricia Ozarova heading to the Colorado Raptors. It should be a great fit, and I'm excited to see how it goes there.
Would have had even more good prospects coming out from Colorado if they had listened to me once in a while when I was in the war room, but sometimes they didn't, and sometimes it didn't work. So sucks to be them.
Every bus ever selected by Colorado was because they didn't listen to Jurt. But that will lead us to pick 7 with the Regina Elk on the clock. And this
is shit! I need to make that. Oh no, wait! It's not my pick to make anymore.
They're not
this
anymore.
Is a team Jurt abandoned.
I left Blake on his own to do that.
But Blake seems like a competent user.
Because Reno is useless. So.
That's overstating Reno's usefulness a little bit, I think.
Oh wow, got some drama. We got drama up in here.
Yeah, Blake. First pick as a GM on the clock. Excited to see where they're going with it. But Regina, we're just waiting on their selection here.
Yeah, it should be ready in the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so with the 7th overall selection, the Regina Elk are going to make a selection that's E for everyone because it's EE, the user Gecko-y Gecko, heading to Regina. I don't really know this user all that well, but they pop in my my locker room sometime in Edmonton, and they just throw a random E in. I don't know why.
I fought for so long to keep Gecko out of Regina, and Blake just completely forgoes that and drafts him. And Gek is great, but he has this mania of wanting to be in every single locker room and annoying people to death. So they let him in the locker room. He's literally that "let me in" gif. But you change all the letters for ease. But he's great. We're playing D&D in Jess's campaign sometimes when we can actually play. He's a nice guy. So yep. Holt, you need to move back to the board faster.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep yelling at you.
Oh, you're fine. Keep reminding me. I
All right. Who's the next pick now? I'm completely.
It's the Vancouver Whalers are on the clock. They did lose an okay junior forward last season, Benjamin Zirkiev.
Wow, you still can't get it.
No one gets it. No one gets your name.
I get it. Should I say it for the official pronunciation?
Sure.
Okay, ready? Benjamin. You can say that. Urge.
Oh yeah, got it. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you make that sound?
I'm gonna call you Little Benjamin because we have Ben Waters.
Hey, wait. We made a deal. I'm the bigger one now.
No. I said you're the better, not the bigger.
Oh my gosh. We have to make another deal now.
2KTP. That's all I'm saying. Get 2KTP.
Okay. I'm the better Ben. Sorry, Waters. Love you though.
Should be up and ready to announce.
Yeah. Before we announce the pick, I'm going to tell just a fun story about Alex. When he was heading into the SHL draft, I tried to scout him, and there's a user on Discord with his exact username and numbers. So I started messaging him. I'm like, "Hey, I'm here to scout you for the SHL." And he's like for real hockey. You're scouting me for real hockey. It's just like this guy who had no idea what the SHL was and thought I was like actually trying to scout for players on Discord. And he's just like, I don't know. It's just such a confusing interaction. But
For everyone, yeah.
Yeah.
I bet.
He was like, I don't understand anything. I'm like, same dude. He told me to message you. But Alex will be selecting at pick 8 the user Leo Ben, Clays Ashford, heading over to the Vancouver Whalers.
Leo Ben. I loved Leo Ben when he was on Finland back in the days. And I think his last player didn't last actually that long. But always only positive interactions with Leo Ben every time I've talked to that user. His first player who played for us in Finland actually played for quite some time. I forgot the name. What was?
I mean, it's he's making a center with a 13 shot blocking in the base build. So that's pretty interesting. Seeing that.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can do that. So there's probably something wrong with my sheets again. Because you're not allowed to have over 12 shot blocking as a forward.
Really? Is that really a thing?
Yep.
Wait, really?
Yes.
I thought my player had like.
Really?
Yes, really. there's 3 capped stats in the league. It's shot blocking and shot range if you're a forward, capped at 12, and if you're a defenseman, it's shooting accuracy, capping at 12.
Where's Snooze player? Fun fact, the New England Wolfpack do not have an updated prospect pool. So that's fun. Outdoor truck.
Oh shit, you're right. I never noticed that.
Jarrett's lying to me.
No,
what?
You're not lying. What the fuck?
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
How'd you not know that?
I don't look at builds. I let Ramen do it.
There.
But yeah, we have the Detroit Screes at pick 9 on the clock now.
Last season when we had the draft with Hannah, she would do the scree every time. It was the best time.
I refuse to do the scree on the principle of fuck Detroit.
All right. Well, that's gonna cost you your streaming bonus.
Fair enough. Fair.
Is everything all right, Holtz?
Yeah, all good. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Well, let's announce that then.
Yeah, at pick 9, the Detroit Falcons are selecting the user 4 chains, DeWalt 27. It's 2 more than 2 chains, so he's probably got bars and chains. But heading to Detroit, Scree, I guess. They've had some interesting players coming in through the seasons. He'll be joining first overall selection last draft. Ranger Jace in Detroit, as they're looking to build up from that pool there towards hopefully making a title run. So that's 4 chains heading to Detroit.
All right. Yeah, DeWalt, his last player was, or their last player. I need to stop assuming people's gender on the internet. But DeWalt's last player was Golden Face, which was an incredible render from The Office. Threat level midnight.
We
right?
just needed secret agent Michael Scarn to join him.
There was a Michael Scarn for a while in the league. who played mostly on Hamilton, if I recall correctly. And he was on the great seasons of Hamilton. But now it's 4Chainz instead. And then we have a trade to announce. Isn't that right?
Ooh.
You're killing me with this trade here. So St. Louis is acquiring the 10th overall selection
Whoops.
and sending to Regina Konstantin Arapa Matanen and an S71 second round selection. So that's 10th overall to St. Louis, Constantine, and an S71 second to Regina, which will leave St. Louis on the clock. Back-to-back selections.
Constantine being a capped defenseman for who's here for one more season.
Ah.
All right, so that and St. Louis is picking twice.
Twice in a row. 5-1.
Yep. There's no rush. GMs are taking forever to pick anyways.
We always take.
Oh, it picked up some speed.
Oh, yeah, I know. This apparently, I think this SHL draft was never done. At least that's what I heard.
It was a very quick SHL draft.
Yeah, especially for how deep it went.
Yeah.
So the 10th overall pick, drum rolls.
At 10th overall, the St. Louis Scarecrows are selecting the user Bonk, player Hugh Manius, heading over to St. Louis. Bonk, I hope it's related to Radic Bonk, which is just like one of the greatest player names in NHL history. Is a I haven't associated with the user. I think they're a recreate though. But Humanius, it's a very solid name. Definitely strong top 10 worthy name selection for sure. Heading to St. Louis. And that's a defenseman. There's your defenseman.
They're all right. That's the first defenseman of the draft.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, looks like it. Unless there's something wrong, even
Oh.
more wrong than I thought with my sheets.
But that will have St. Louis on the clock again for back-to-back selections.
There was Lil Manius at some point in the league, but I could not tell if that's the same user. Would make sense though, from Lil to you, Manius.
It would make sense, but the SHL is not for making sense.
Oh, I fucked up the
Dollars.
No. Simmings for making dollars.
That's why I do it.
It's the same Manias. There you go, Jert. You were right about something for once.
Yeah. I'm often right.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Pretty often, I mean.
So if they've had Big Manias, Lil Manias, and Hugh Manias, I guess the next is like Micro Manias.
I like that name. I definitely like that name. Or Mini Manius. All right, and with their second pick in a row, St. Louis is selecting Luca Payne.
User Nick Talks. It sounds a little like a Pokemon.
Nick Talks was a previous GM of that team, I think. Which would make sense that they drafted them. So yeah, Nick Talks. I can't remember the name of the last player. Last player was okay.
Well, I mean, if you're a scarecrow, there's not really many other things you can be, right? Like scarecrows can't be boats; they're not really buoyant. They can't be a kraken; they're not an animal. You can't be a raptor, a falcon, a grizzly. You're not really a knight. I guess they could arm you, but like you're just when you're a scarecrow, and that's what you are, I guess. So heading back there after GMing.
Sure, one thing. I think you can another thing. That's just my first. Actually, that's wrong. Never mind. You could be.
Stuff can be two things.
You definitely can.
Jake Peralta said so.
True.
Cool.
Cool. No doubt. Nevada is next, aren't they?
They're next.
It's Jess.
Yeah. And I have a feeling this pick's going to be roasted a bit.
This pick hurts me.
Honestly, I can kind of predict where this player is going to go in the SHL draft. I'm pretty sure they're going to end up in New England.
Yep, 100%. That's how it be. I forgot to send it. There we go. All right. We'll be able to announce it in a few seconds.
There it is.
All right.
Yeah, at 12th overall, the Nevada Battleborn will be selecting Wally, the player Bender Jr., and future New England Wolfpack prospect.
I do not want to comment on that. All I'm gonna say is I'm very sad to see Wally not going to the Regina Elk again for a third player in a row. Although the first of the two that went to Regina, where the first one was short-lived due to some unfortunate circumstances at the SHL draft. But yeah, this time Wally goes to Nevada. I'm sure he'll be very happy to see Jess. I would be.
And I mean, there's few users you get more excited about seeing than Jess. There's like maybe Jace on the right day and then me any day, but that's it really. Anyways, pick 13 is now on the clock.
Okay.
And that's St. Louis again.
St. Louis again with 3 picks in 4 selections. They're really building on this class here, trying to get some talent in a group.
They were a fringe playoff team last year. So
well, hopefully they'll be less fringe and more just playoff.
I think they lost a couple strong players, but we'll see.
You should have the pick in.
Yeah, so at pick 13, the St. Louis Scarecrows are selecting Walt Clyde Frazier, the former Basketball Hall of Famer and user Slappy Doodle, heading on over to the St. Louis Scarecrows. Slappy is hilarious and a great dude to have around. He also has a podcast I'd recommend listening to. But yeah, I think it's a great selection.
Oh.
That's the Slappy Cast, I think.
Something like that. Holds. Transition.
Okay.
And that's gonna bring us to the last pick of the first round.
And that will be the Great Falls Grizzlies on the clock again.
Number 14.
Yep. Acquired from Maine in a previous trade at some point in the past.
Also, Rain, yes, Wally is the GM of Toronto. The joke was that New England took his player when he was eligible for the draft like 3 seasons ago or something.
5. No,
seasons.
that was not funny.
That is pretty funny.
I mean, it's kind of funny.
It was not funny.
It wasn't funny at the time, but now it's funny.
Yeah, I mean, at least there were still free agency and not waivers for the J, so we managed to circumvent the draft and bring him back to Regina.
Oh. Alright, you just gonna say that? Okay.
Hey, he's retired. They can't fire him.
Yeah, what are they gonna do? Retire his player and fire me? Both of those things are already done.
He's gonna send you a fine.
All right, last pick before I put myself in more trouble than I am
pick
already.
14, the Great Falls Grizzlies will be selecting Copernicus Doomslatter, the user Trella.
Cool.
Trella is infamous for being the GM of the 0-66 Tampa Bay Barracuda back in the day.
Oh yeah.
But a great person to talk to. He's a fun personality. He's got his thoughts on almost anything you can ask him, and he's very direct and upfront. And it's good to get your goalie in the J. Whether or not goalie TP matters, still up for debate. But
does matter. I'll sit.
I sure hope so. But yeah, Chevy bringing in Great Falls Grizzlies, not Maine, bringing in Trella, Copernicus Doomslatter to join their team.
I think, and there's still very little data to prove any of this, but I think TP is gonna matter for TP just as much as it's damn it, boom. Why are people pinging me? I lost my concentration.
Goalie TP.
Yeah, goalie TP. I think it matters as much as any other player's TP. So like if you have a 425, well it's one more 425 player on your team, and that's always good, but it's not going to save you if the rest of your team is only 155.
True.
So we'd have to compare average TPE versus goalie TPE of the whole team, and that's just a lot of calculations to make.
However, that is the end of the first round of the S68 SMJHL entry draft. We'll be entering the second round, beginning with Kelowna on the clock. Pick 15, the first pick of the second round.
I'd like to mention on that. What season was that? 9?
I don't know. I wasn't here.
The 066 that Tampa had. That was the one season I was not on the team. I'll just mention that.
Cold saying that him leaving Tampa ruined everything.
Oh yeah, it did. It definitely did. Ask any player of that team.
I think our pick is ready to announce.
With the 15th overall selection, the Kelowna Knights will be selecting Ice Bear 32, the player Cold Das Ice. I didn't know that we were allowed to select terrifying animals, but a polar bear, which is what I'm assuming an ice bear is, playing a Kelowna is probably a huge advantage if he, knows how to skate, can actually handle a stick.
Yeah.
He'll definitely be mauling the opponents, but great pick if you're getting that level of ferocity on your team to go in and terrify the other team into letting you win the game.
Like Yukon should have picked this pair up instead with geographical location.
Yeah, I don't know. Kelowna can get pretty cold in the winter, but the second that like playoffs hit, they probably got to send the polar bear back. Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't.
That was my fault.
Well, it was both, but yeah, switch faster.
Sorry.
But the next pick will be the Great Falls Grizzlies again on the clock at pick 16.
Yeah, and let's do that quick because we already spoiled it a bit.
All right, the pick will be Matt Locks, the user Matt Blake 12, heading to the Great Falls Grizzlies at pick 16.
Yeah, should change it. It should update soon. Okay,
let's try again.
We go from a bear to an ox. We just got some real heavy animals coming in the J. Hoping the ice can hold up to it. But he'll be carrying the load and carrying those Great Falls Grizzlies moving forward. Hopefully,
third time's a
being
charm.
a core piece of that team.
Yeah, it's gonna show up properly. But yeah, lots of animals and stuff.
Yeah, Kelowna is back on the clock. Pick 17 though.
All right. Not a lot of trades in this draft, which I like.
Good, very good.
Makes it much easier for us. All right, let's go back to the draft board and look at the next few picks. 7 has a few picks left, so we never know what holds. Draft board.
Oh, sorry.
that was a subtle way to tell you to switch, and it absolutely did not work.
Sorry.
But that's okay. All right, let's prepare that next pick for Kelowna, which is another one that makes me very sad.
Go through.
But when you have an opportunity to draft that player, you do that, I think.
True.
So let me know when we are. Bueno.
We
Be
Yeah,
very soon. There we go.
Very good.
Pick 17, the Kelowna Knights will be selecting Wanata Yagers, the user Overdue, heading to Kelowna.
Yep. And that's why I'm very sad, because Overdue is actually the one who founded the Regina Elk. So I was hoping he could make his way back there, but Blake had other plans trading that first rounder, and Overdue didn't last long enough for Regina to bring him back. But we're still happy to have him in the locker room as an alumni. Well, GM alumni, I guess, is a thing. But yeah, love you, Overdue, and wish you the best in Kelowna.
Yeah, that will, after that selection, I'll experience to pick 18 with 7 and the Kraken on the clock.
Right, the Kraken on the clock. Trade Talks, as he is known in JM chat. But no trades this time around. And a pick was made.
At pick 18, the Carolina Kraken will be selecting fitted.
It's gonna come around. It's gonna come around.
Fitted Primetime 99 Cuddles, the user fitted 2106. Known for his ridiculously awesome media. Fitted, it was a longtime Barracuda player, I believe, and was just generally beloved on that team, as far as I've heard.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about him a bit, Holtz, you can go right ahead.
I don't remember it quite as much, but very cool.
All right, pick 18. Cool dude heading to the Kraken.
I would have said awesomely ridiculous instead of ridiculously awesome, but I think both work.
That will be pick 19 and the Anchorage Armada on the clock.
Anchorage Armada. There we go. Boats.
Is it Anchorage or Anchorage?
Anchorage.
Anchorage.
Yeah.
Yeah, like an anchor.
Oh.
Like a boat anchor.
Oh, that makes sense, but English doesn't. So.
It's just like the Ailstorm song, "Fucked with an Anchor."
Okay.
If you don't know that song, you should look.
I do not know that song.
And that band, you should look into that.
Right in the balls.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck you with a fucking anchor. You're all cunts, so fuck you all. This is not the PG stream. All right.
If you wanted PG, you should have made the SHL already.
Okay. We're good for the next selection.
But at pick 19, the Anchorage Armada boats will be selecting Gorgonzola, an excellent cheese, and the user Retuper Kelly. I butchered that, but your name's stupid, so that's on you.
Ritu, I think, has been co-GM for Anchorage for a few seasons in the past. that
Oh
passed.
yeah, that's Red. Oh, it's Red. Oh, okay, I know them. They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be heading over to the boats there.
Boats. Always boats. All right.
That will leave the Yukon dogs on the clock.
There you go.
I think it's the Nashes, right? That's what the team's called.
Dogs?
Yeah, it's the Yukon Nashes.
They're called the
No, they're called the Nashes. He's right.
Yeah, it's the Yukon Nashes.
Big word.
It's the big red dogs.
The Cliffords, yeah.
John Clifford. Okay.
All right. So, is that their first pick of this draft? Yeah. Apparently they.
Actually, yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. That was actually pick 7 for Regina. They traded that to us, and then pick 10 was, or vice versa. But one of those two firsts that Regina had was there, so that's why they didn't have one.
Okay.
And now I made myself
So
sad
good,
again.
right?
Yep.
Oh my god. All right.
But at pick 20, speaking of Clifford, we have something pretty close. It's Clint Clampton. Oh, the user Han the Man.
Clinton. Oh, that's not. Never mind.
No, so if you're saying you're the man, you better bring it and show it. So we got to see those high TP gains, a lot of activity. You gotta be the man in Yukon this season for sure.
They're losing a lot of top players this season. So.
Yeah, they're losing Patches the third.
Yep, they are.
Like, yeah, that's all. Like when you lose Patches the third, your team's in shambles. You got to find a way to fix it. You got to bring in the man.
When you gain him, that's a whole other story.
Yeah, well, we'll see this season. We might have to trade him somewhere.
Oh, you heard it here first, folks.
But pick 21 will be on the clock. The Colorado Jurassic Parks again, selecting. I think I'm going to let you announce this pick here, Holtz.
Me? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think I'll try my best.
Okay, excellent.
Oh my god. I'm gonna. I'll rant about this one. Player is out.
Right. You wanna say that?
All right. I'm gonna transition. I'm gonna show it, and then I'm not very good with Polish. Gregor Dresikiewicz, I think. Let me know.
I have no idea.
Dresikiewicz. I had some Polish.
So the Colorado Raptors are taking Greg, the user Zerg, heading over to the Raptors.
Whoever made this player, why?
I'm like 80% sure they're not even Polish. They just
Oh,
chose
that's true. Oh, yeah. No, but that E is actually Polish. That's the Polish
but I think
E.
it's copy and paste.
That's a real name. I'm gonna look this up.
I'm sure.
It's a real name.
But yeah, so the most absurd Polish name player, the user Zerg, heading over to the Colorado Raptors at pick 21.
Yeah, Zerg was on Colorado as well with his previous player Artemius Nystrom. Kind of faded out
a lot of
in the SHL.
Okay.
I think he played for Edmonton in the SHL. Maybe that was before you got there, HFFO.
Apparently, that name is a reference to a movie.
Which
movie?
To
know. Polish feature film named How I Unleashed World War II.
Oh. Oh,
Okay. Interesting.
Pseudonym for the main character that
today we learned that we're about to
think
have a global conflict.
I know who that character is, but we'll leave it at that.
But pick 22 will be on the clock with the Whalers again. Yeah.
Good.
At 22, the Vancouver Whalers will be selecting Noah Charlevoix, Charlie Conway, heading over to the Vancouver Whalers.
I didn't know you knew how to say French names.
I don't.
You did it right.
Yeah, I tried.
That was pretty correct. Right, Jared?
I was not listening. I was insulting Mikul in the YouTube chat.
Oh, I'm gonna insult Mikul in the YouTube chat.
Say it again, HFO.
Charlevoix.
Good?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Charlevoix, yeah.
You got it.
You got it better than the previous one.
Jacques Emer.
Jacques. It's Jacques. All right, let me go back
that
into.
Will, it'll bring St. Louis back on the clock for another selection. I'm really curious what they're going to do with this pick. It's kind of a mystery.
As long as they don't pick another team's GM.
You know, sometimes you just got to trade up to take another team's GM. Is that's what I hear the play is. Not that that's ever happened, of course.
Never.
St. Louis, we said. There we go.
Are we 23? Okay.
Yep.
We're still a bit away.
So we're good?
I
just need the background, right?
Maybe there it is. Okay.
All right. At pick 23, the St. Louis Scarecrows are taking their GM, David Doug, the user Sparky.
Sparky. Sparky. My boss, and I'm also his boss at the time. Very interesting.
It's a bossception. But yeah,
you should fire each other.
That would be really funny. I mean,
he says as he's crying because he doesn't want to lose his simming job.
Hey, I might not be his boss.
Why would you be his boss?
I'm the file head, so he's the simming head.
And you're simming, but is he a file worker? Does Sparky do?
No, so I'm not his boss. Only my boss.
You should still fire him.
I'll fire the people he hired.
This will bring us to pick 24 of the Colonnadites, though.
Yep.
Yes. Oh, I have to. Yep.
All right, you're getting the hang of it.
Yeah.
So great job, Sparky, for picking yourself and not another team's GM this time. And with that, we're moving to Kelowna.
All right.
Pick is ready to announce.
A personal favorite pick of mine, pick 24 will be Kelowna selecting Ricard Metzler, the user Lazy Eye. Lazy Eye is an old friend of mine. He's an old user from back in like season 4. Had a player. He's had some sprinkled some players throughout since then. But he's a good dude. He's also a Dota player, which is the sign of a good SHLer. You know, good to talk to. Played college level hockey down in the States. So he's pretty good at the actual sport itself. You know, I think it's a great pick for Artie and Kelowna here.
Right. Well, you definitely know that user better than I do, so I'll take your word for it.
What I will say is we were looking at re-signing his player 2 seasons ago as an IFA just to like fill a roster spot. And he came back this season, saw my message, like, you still got a spot? I'm like, no, but like your player's pretty much pointless at the point. If you recreate, you know, you'll be joining at the right time. And he did, and he's in the draft. But pick 25 will be on the clock. I think this is the main Timbers' first selection of the draft.
Does look like it, because their first pick was owned by someone. Great Falls. It was Great Falls. The two teams with a lot of brown on their logo. But this page is green and it's ready to be announced to the whole world.
Yeah, with pick 25, the main Timber will be selecting Damien J10, the player Damian Hirano, heading over to the main Timber.
Previous player for that user was Damien Vertigo, I think, who was a goalie, pretty good goalie in the J. Not sure how long they actually lasted in the SHL. But now the goalie time is over for Damien. So
I mean, I know they love Damien in that main locker room. They're big fans, so bringing him back is something they'll be excited about.
And going to the reigning champion and first team in the FHM era to not have a bye to the second round and still go all the way to win the cup.
Yeah, he will also be joining the best defensive prospect in the league, Emil Egli, on that main Timber team.
Next player. Do you want to try it?
Pick 26, absolutely. We'll try it.
I'll have a computer also give it a go. This was very annoying to make in the file. I'm just letting you know. I already told you, but I'm saying it again. Very annoying.
So what we first have to say is this user came out with a draft prediction beforehand of how the first round was going to go. And with every single selection, they figured they would be taken. So the dramatic tumble all the way down to the second round is a wild circumstance, but we will have pick 26 of the Nevada Battleborn going. The user MCP, Yolgan Stradovich Dubolk, heading over to the Nevada Battleborn.
Google Translate. The stream did not pick that up. Oh well.
I heard that.
Tobias didn't hear it.
Probably a lot better than what I said.
Yeah, it didn't sound. It really didn't sound like it's.
What I will say, the reason I think it sounds better is because it didn't sound like a real name, and that doesn't look like.
That's true. MCP GM Kuda for a couple seasons after ASS signed and before Trello took over. Good couple seasons.
That will bring us to pick 27, where we have a trade to announce.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's true.
Regina is trading pick 27 to the Great Falls Grizzlies in return for pick 30 as well as an S69 third. As an S69 third and pick 30 for pick 27 to the Great Falls Grizzlies.
All right. Pretty good. Proud of you, Blake, on that one. Moving back 3 spots and picking up an extra pick. That's always interesting move. Great Falls obviously had someone they really wanted there.
So what I do think is that Chevy's just been in this draft room for a bit. He's getting a little hungry. He's looking at the draft board. He's got to make a move up because pick 27 is the user Rankle, the player Pork Tenderloin, heading over to the Great Falls Grizzlies.
There it is. Right.
There it is.
Ah.
All right, and with that, we're already on the last pick of the second round.
That will be Yukon on the clock at pick 28.
Yukon.
On Big Dog.
Yukon do it.
I feel like they did something.
Have been done in Yukon on occasion.
got a reminder, but for everyone else, check 445. Haven't done so already.
All right, let's announce that pick.
At pick 28, the Yukon Malamutes will be selecting the player Ray Alexander. The user, the Royal Empoleon. I think it's Empoleon, but he just mistyped it. Yeah, he'll be heading over to the Yukon Malamutes. Flu's done a great job of drafting first gens and recreates, having a good mix there and building up that team. I think it's going to be a great fit for a team that's looking to make another push for a title this season.
And that concludes round number 2. So we're going to be heading into round number 3 with Newfoundland.
The Newfoundland Berserkers starting the third round off. Patty making his second selection of the draft as he didn't have a second round pick. But at pick 29, the selection will be John Hoboy, the user Simo, heading back to Newfoundland.
Got it right?
It's gonna come around. There we go. Simo, who's very active on other leagues, at least ISFL that I know of, and I think PB as well. I think had a player in the SHL previously and recreated, obviously. Well, I didn't ask them, but pretty sure that's because of the S69 class that we're seeing Simo recreate. Big assumption on my part, but
a lot of people are coming back. It's because of the draft number. They really do like these. You know what the significance of the number 69 is?
Nice number.
Yeah,
very nice.
I think they just fit together really well, like the 6 and the 9. It's just it's an excellent number for sure. But yeah, they're very excited for this this melding of the numbers to come back and try the SHL again and return. But Simo's return to the Newfoundland Berserkers at pick 29. Pick 30 will now be on the clock. It will be the traded selection. The Regina Elk will be Pickett.
Indeed. There we go.
At pick 39, pick 30, the Regina Elk will be selecting Gritty McGritterson, the user JSS, right winger. As mentioned previously, he used to GM the Tampa Bay Barracuda for a while. And
Very good GM.
Good GM. He'll be joining the Elk on this player with Blake selecting him at pick 30. I have to imagine that he's maybe got a little bit of grit. Not in excess, of course, but maybe just a little bit of that that truculence you look for.
And the fun fact, this is actually the second Gritty to be drafted by the Elk in their 7, 8 seasons of existence. We drafted Don Gritty in S64 or something. Guy went inactive, but he had sent me a video of something bad happening to Toronto. I don't remember what that made me want to draft him immediately. So
apparently, it's a different JSS for the record.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
The more you know. But that will bring us to Kelowna at pick 31 on the clock.
You have picture and the text should be coming in soon. And there we go. Announce this shit.
At pick 31, the Kelowna Knights will be selecting someone you got to bring your dusters out for. It's Dusty Wilson heading to Kelowna at pick 31.
Dusty Wilson also user in other leagues for sure. Not sure if that's the first time they come into the SHL or not.
There's people who've come and gone, and sometimes when they come back, it's more successful than others. So hopefully, if this isn't their first time around, and they didn't have such a successful time the first time, they'll find their way to enjoy it this time for sure.
Right.
That will bring us to pick 32 on the clock, the Detroit Falcons.
And there was a trade.
And there is a trade. Yep. It was the Kraken who originally had the pick, but they'll be receiving the S69 Regina third and S70 Detroit third in exchange for 32nd overall, heading over to the Detroit Falcons.
Okay, I don't know why it's showing up like that, but it was actually 2/3. There's a third round in season 69 and a third round in season 70.
S69 Regina third, S70 Detroit third for 32nd.
Yeah, if you go to if you go to that one, it'll show.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's showing like that. I'll fix it for the next one.
That's weird. Right. Sheets be wild, but we should have the draft card ready, and we can announce that Detroit is selecting.
At pick 32, the Detroit Falcons are pleased to select Billy Hinton, the user Ferda.
Ferda is very cool. I like Ferda. I met them at the Anchorage. Oh no. Locker room. Very nice. Very cool profile picture.
Yeah, I guess that pick was Ferda. So
Ferda play. Who did Ferda play for? With their previous player, was it Buffalo?
I'm not sure.
I think it was Buffalo.
Will bring us to pick 33 of the Newfoundland Berserkers on the clock.
Yes. More the draft goes on, and the longer it takes for the draft cards to get updated. We're asking a lot of our Google Drive there. There we go.
Very good. You wanna try this one?
Yeah, pick 33. The Newfoundland Berserkers will be selecting Grimjow Jaegerjax, Jekis, the user Samsung Virtual Assistant, also known as the Resident Weeb Snoo.
Twig. That's yep. There's a connection there between Patty and Newfoundland and Swag.
Patty and Swag both love hentai, so it's a match made in heaven, honestly.
That
Oh my God.
that of course, but also playing together in Chicago.
I think Swag is also a former Newfoundland Berserker as well.
I think his last player was a Nevada, but yeah, probably previously a Newfoundland as well. That would make sense because when I got there in Chicago, everyone was from Newfoundland except like Jess. Okay, interesting. All right, where are we now? I got distracted. Sorry.
We picked 34.
Okay, so
Yukon Malamud's back on the clock.
Malamute, say. Oh, that's gonna make someone unhappy.
Oh.
Funnily enough. Just announce it and we'll put the card up when it's ready.
At pick 34, the Yukon Malamutes will be selecting uh, Green Jacket winner, Happy Gilmore, the user Lucid Dreams 702, heading over to the Yukon Malamutes. Anytime you can get a person passionate about hockey like Happy Gilmore, who even carries it over into a golf career, you got to be excited to bring that level of passion onto your team and see how it goes, especially this late in the draft.
Yeah, and obviously, well, not that obviously, but Angry Gilmore, who played on Regina, was excited to hopefully get him. But now he's going up to the SHL anyways, so traitor. Going up a season early. I blame Tig. Tig just hurting me and then quitting. That's rude. Next up is Colorado.
Yeah, that will be pick 35 on the clock. Colorado will be selecting the player. Are we ready?
Yeah. Just keep going and we'll
player
show the
Edward
cards.
Flinders, the user Avakale.
That's not the
Heading
right
over
team.
to the Colorado Raptors.
Oh, it's gonna update soon. Yeah. Avakale, who did a lot of fantasy managing and head of fantasy quite a time ago, but if you go look at the rules post in the fantasy subforum, initial post was made by Avakale, so that's a long time user. He's been around off and on again. That's pretty much all I know about Avakale. Next up is going to be Vancouver.
Yeah, the Vancouver Whalers on the clock at pick 36. It's time to say, oh yeah, because Kool-Aid McKinstry will go into the Vancouver Whalers. The user RGR heading over to the Whalers, probably to replace that Little Ben guy that they lost this season.
Little.
When you lose Little Ben, you got to bring in the big Kool-Aid man.
Oh.
Yep. Hopefully he doesn't use his Kool-Aid Man powers to just walk through everyone on the ice.
I mean, if he does, this pick is a big oh yeah for the Vancouver Whalers.
For sure.
RTR.
And the next up is
Detroit Falcons.
Falcons?
Yep.
You sure about that?
Let me see.
Sorry, no, Kelowna.
Kelowna.
I skipped ahead because green and green.
Oh, yeah.
But yes, the Kelowna Knights will be selecting Walter Ulrich. The user Sharks is back. In case you didn't know, Sharks is back. He makes his triumphant return, heading over to the Kelowna Knights. I don't know if this is the same Ulrich from A Knight's Tale, Ulrich von Liechtenstein, but if he's from Liechtenstein, he's probably the new SMJHL protagonist. But that's Sharks is back, who is back, heading back to the Kelowna Knights. And pick 38 will be the Falcons on the clock.
They do be on the clock.
But at pick 38, the Detroit Falcons will select Tobias Rex, the user Maxi. Maxi is another longtime user. He's been SMJHL co-commissioner or commissioner several times. He's had his fair share of interesting moments in the SHL. There was one moment, I think it was season 4. He had a player option he opted to use to join free agency that its existence is still questioned to this day. But he was a max earning player back in the day, and a very active user. So Detroit's got to be happy to bring in someone with that kind of potential this late in the draft.
I think I went a bit fast on that, but yeah, a lot of and
9.
Max, he's been doing SIGs also for people, I believe, lots of stuff. So fun to see someone like that coming back into the league and getting involved again.
Yeah, and that will bring up pick 39. Will be the main timber on the clock, the SMJHL champion main timber.
The Chimbers?
The Chimbers, yeah. They might be yelling timber because they, are going down with this pick. Well, this pick is going down. But they're selecting straight out of the movie Mulan, Mushu the Dragon, the user Tonzi, heading over to the main timber.
The first dragon in the league?
Well, I mean, technically we have a whole roster of dragons. I
Yeah,
don't know if you
that
know
is
this,
true.
but there's actually a team called the Calgary Dragons in the SHL.
Yes.
However, I don't know if he's the first player who is just an actual dragon. Yes, I'm not sure. But are Komodo dragons really dragons? Survey says no. But that'll bring us to pick 40 and the Yukon Malamutes on the clock. At pick 40,
Yeah.
the Yukon Malamutes will select the player Trevor Warner, SCP-999V2. So I guess there was a V1 of SCP-999, but he'll be heading over to the Yukon Malamutes. This might be the most Caucasian name in this draft. Trevor Warner it's got to be up there, right?
Well, David Dog is up there too for sure.
I mean, Doug's not a last name though. Like that's just I don't know. That's not a real name.
Yeah, that's fair. So that's quite the username too.
What SCP? 9?
Yep.
Which one? What's all the people that memorize every single them in a good way.
I don't know what this is referring to.
Oh. 999 is a very fun.
Can we take a moment to just everyone give Ragnar an L in the GM chat?
While we're waiting as well, I think this one was traded as well.
Yep.
Next pick.
Oh, this.
Yep. Next pick is a trade.
Yeah, pick 41 will be traded from the Elk. No, sorry.
Yep.
Didn't we just trade it? Yeah, okay. It's from the Elk to the Carolina Kraken. Pick 41 for picks 46 and 49. So that's 41 to the Kraken from the Elk in exchange for 46 and 49. With pick 41, the Carolina Kraken will be selecting Kelly O'Neill, user C. Jolson 1968. Probably a mature user. If your username's ending in 1968, it's probably your birth year. Heading over to a Kraken roster full of some interesting characters and great people. Hopefully they'll like the fit there. And maybe like the O'Neill that just got his number retired in Ottawa. His name's O'Neill, right?
Just Neil.
Just Neil. Yeah, O'Neill. O'Neill, same thing. Maybe he'll also get his number retired on the Kraken by having an illustrious career. Although even if he arrived a bit unheralded. But that will bring us to pick 42 of the Detroit Falcons.
Detroit Falcons. There they are. Right.
But at pick 42, the Detroit Falcons will be selecting Aurora as Asja.
Aja.
Asia?
Asja, yeah.
I think it's Aja.
All right. Well, the user Aurora heading back to the Falcons, where they had their last player as well, I believe.
Yeah.
They've had a bit of an off and on with their players, starting strong but tailing out a bit. But if you can get them staying on and focused with this player, it's a bit of a steal to get them at pick 42. Detroit's got to be happy with that risk reward at this spot in the draft.
Fair.
And that'll bring us to 43 of the Newfoundland Berserkers will be on the
Oh
clock.
no, Chert, what the hell did you do, stupid asshole? Yeah, I messed up.
Alright.
Gonna come back. The name and stuff. And that concludes the third round, isn't it?
That does conclude the third round, yeah.
There it is. Okay. I'll leave it on for a few.
Yeah, if anyone wants to grab a screenshot of that draft card and stuff.
I do know, unless I'm wrong. Uh-oh. I'm connecting the person to the picks. They are a moderator on the Capitol. Very cool.
That's interesting. But yeah, pick 43, the Newfoundland Berserkers will be selecting Jacob Fournier. These are Maddie7478 heading over to the Newfoundland Berserkers.
Wait,
yeah,
what'd you say?
Pick 43, the Newfoundland Berserkers select Jacob
Okay.
Fournier, Maddie7478. This will bring us to the Great Falls Grizzlies selection next at 44.
Falls Grizzlies. At 44. Still a few players left in the draft class. So but it's starting to go down.
Down a bit. That's...
Yep.
But at 44, the Great Falls Grizzlies will be selecting James Dion, the user Leatherneck Mike, heading on over to the Great Falls Grizzlies. If you get a guy with a strong leathery neck, he's probably a good fighter, tough guy. They got to be like to bring that truculence into the team. St. Louis will now be on the clock with pick 45.
Yeah, Leatherneck Mike is also a name I recognize from other leagues as well. So another one of the people who came in for the S69 from the affiliate leagues. That's always good to get that recruitment in. And the next pick is in.
At pick 45, the St. Louis Scarecrows will be selecting not Darude Sandstorm, but Peter Sandstorm, the user Pifferfish, heading over to the St. Louis Scarecrows at pick 45.
And now that song is stuck in my head for the rest of the day.
You're welcome.
How's it go down? Right.
So when I played summer hockey when I was 7, at every single whistle they would play Darude Sandstorm.
Oh, we're going back to 1950, huh?
Yeah, 1946 actually for counting numbers.
Wait.
The next pick is a trade.
So pick 46 is traded to the Nevada Battleborn. The Regina Elk will be receiving the S69 Nevada Battleborn 3rd and S70 Nevada Battleborn 4th. That's 46 to the Battleborn, sending their Nevada getting pick 46 from Regina in exchange for S69 Nevada Battleborn 3rd and S70 Nevada Battleborn 4th.
Regina also just got this from Carolina.
Blake is making moves, staying busy. Something you never saw under Jert's reign. So it's nice to see an active GM.
I made some trades.
Yeah, sure you did. Okay, anyways, at pick 46, the
I made a lot of
Battleborn
trades.
selecting Mr. Gray T. White, the user I Stegosaurus, heading over to Nevada Battleborn. And you both have made less collective trades than I have, so.
Me?
Yeah, both of you combined have not made as many trades as me.
I mean, yeah, because you
Sure.
picked me.
That's the only trade I made, you're right.
It's best deal in the.
Yeah, that's the dinosaur user heading over to the Nevada Battleborn. Pick 47, Anchorage will be passing.
Yep.
Which will bring us
first
to the main
team, first team to pass in this draft, and then there's gonna be some more coming. We're starting to smell the end of this draft. I sniff.
But at pick 48, the main timber will be selecting Edouard Tremblay Lafleur, the user Python Starbuzz, heading over to the main timber.
That's Edouard Tremblay Lafleur for people who know how to pronounce it.
Tabarnak.
Tremblay Lafleur.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that was closer than HFFOs for sure.
Well,
my 2 years of French were 4 years ago. So.
I took 12 years of French and I still suck at it.
12 years of French?
I also lived in Quebec for a bit, yeah.
Oh, that makes more sense. I was like, why did you do that to yourself?
No, I'm Canadian, so you just take French class.
You have to.
That makes sense. Yeah.
You have to, otherwise the French people get angry.
The French language police.
If you're listening French language
police. Well, I don't, because they try to learn French in the other provinces.
Okay.
Try is a loose term for what happens.
We
show up to the mandatory class.
You take French from first grade?
Yep.
Yeah, we used to take English from the third, and I think now we do from the first as well.
That's interesting. I do have my own experience with second language since first grade.
I'm gonna guess that it's not French.
It is not French. That is correct.
But pick 49 is the Regina Elk selecting Patrick Beaumont, the user Southie.
Yeah, it's gonna update.
It is.
And that'll bring us to the Whalers selection at pick 50.
How about you guess what my second language learning in school was?
It's Hebrew.
Third language.
Yeah, we can tell by your player name.
Thank you.
Vancouver. Page 50.
But at pick 50, the Vancouver Whalers will be selecting someone who is likely high on MDMA, the user Trippy Volta, Triplets Gamer, heading to the Vancouver Whalers. Following that pick, Yukon will pass at pick 51, and Detroit passing at pick 52, which will bring us to the main timber selecting at pick 53.
I'm yelling timber.
And this pick is going down because Mark Gourmand is heading over to the main timber, the user Dream Death.
That's an interesting username.
If you can die in your sleep, it's a good way to go, I guess.
Sorry, I just realized.
Sure.
But back-to-back Regina Elk selections will now be on the clock.
Okay. Sorry about that.
All right. Regina.
With pick 54, Regina will select Matthew McShane, the user Tigafy, heading to the Regina Elk.
Can some GM explain why everyone is reacting with an L to
I'm
that's the
gonna
other
remain commentless about this.
I mean, there's people have thoughts and opinions, and some people have different thoughts. Some people have different opinions. You know,
That is true. That is factual. I have
it's like
no opinion on this matter, as my
some people
lawyer
like
has
mangoes,
said.
and some people are wrong. Those
I,
are thoughts and opinions.
All right,
I,
so
I
that's the
hate
next pick.
mangoes.
Yeah, like I said, some people like mangoes, and some people are wrong.
What? What?
But at
I'm
pick
sorry.
55, the Regina Elk are going to select Dirt
Oh,
Warrant.
same
Uh,
team. Oh,
these are Captain Orv heading over to the Regina Elk with their back-to-back selections.
like man,
Following, I love mangoes. They're my favorite fruit.
I have like an allergic reaction to. That's why I don't like
It's
them.
the most common allergic reaction is mangoes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
No. Well, you are crazy, but this isn't why.
okay.
But 56 to 59
Got him.
will pass, and the Kraken will be selecting at pick 60. They'll be taking the user James Lau, Rustwall, heading over to the Carolina Kraken. All right, and whoever is still picking, I wish ill upon you. We don't know. Oh, 60 is what just got picked.
No.
Okay, so these St. Louis Scarecrows will be taking the user Zap, Matthew Leclerc, at pick 79. That's Matthew Leclerc, the user Zap, heading to the St. Louis Scarecrows at pick 79.
Oh, being the last one is always very good to prove everyone wrong.
A lot of talk around this user. They're very active, talkative, and excited about the league. Hopefully, St. Louis can turn this into an absolute steal for them. So that'll be great for them.
Why is he not showing?
Okay, seriously, who's still picking?
Okay.
Nope, I don't know. Someone.
Who's at 93? Who was picked 93?
The text.
St.
No,
Louis?
I think that's everybody. Everybody's passed now.
Oh, that's the draft. Okay. Okay. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed the draft stream. And I wish you all luck in your SMJHL careers.
Gotta wait for the last player.
Yeah, it's
Not
You're
gonna.
loading.
gonna rob them of their experience.
Come on. There it is. Okay, I'll move it up.
That's not even the right page. Oh, it is. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Everything's good. All right. Thank you. I think
Okay.
did we shout out the Graphics Academy?
Alright, shout him out.
Yeah. So
Pretty much.
if anyone is looking to learn how to make graphics, make money, beginners or advanced, just ways to improve, the SHL is having a graphics academy where experienced graphics users can help teach you and help you learn how to make graphics as a great way to make money, or just help players on your team get dope SIGs. So if
So,
you're on my team, join the goddamn academy because we need a SIG maker on the team. Besides Lucy, who does fantastic. But yeah, join the SHL Graphics Academy and learn how to make SIGs. It's a great way to make money and involve yourself in the league.
okay. I'm gonna close this out. Some shout outs for organizing everything usual and being the backbone to everything here. Any more shout outs?
I don't think so.
Alright.
Look into the All-Star Games and awards coming this
Very
week
soon.
before we get the other season running.
Allegedly.
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 We're working
Alright.
on it.
Thank you